Welcome to the example number 17B. In the previous video, we were discussing on this example number 17, wherein the native got the job in an MNC company. So we had a detailed discussion on the self-significations and also the timing of event. Now, once he joined the job, he was working in the company, and after some period, the native was sent to the head office in Paris. The MNCs, he started working in the same company, but in abroad for some period. So which period the native had the opportunity to travel abroad and stayed there in abroad for working in the same company without any change of job? We are going to discuss. So abroad travel for the job without changing the company. Within the company is going to travel. We are going to discuss in this video now. Example 17B. Timing of event. Moved to Paris for work in the same company. We are going to study in this video the period supported for the native to travel abroad for the job in the same company. This is the birth chart of that example 17. So we are going to study now abroad travel for job. So I have changed even abroad travel job for this video. Let us examine the same self-signification of all planets according to the event. Their strength will vary. The colors what we can assign also can vary, right? So we can now work on this self-signification of all the planets for the event abroad travel. So the primary house is 3rd house, 9th house, and 12th house. And unfavorable houses, we can say 2, 4, and 8 for travel abroad. They are not supportive. But as I said, grouping of houses only going to make the weakness and strength. Now let us examine the Ketu. Ketu, 7th occupant and 9th cuspal sublord. For traveling abroad, this is supportive, right? So we can give the light green color for this. Now Ketu. Ketu is Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying 10th house, 3 and 7 cuspal star Lord representing Ketu. This is fine. But being the Lagna Lord 8th Lord, so we cannot take it as strong favorable. But 10 and 3 and 7, they are supportive. So we can say Venus can be given as a mixed significator, being the 8th Lord and Lagna Lord and 10th house, they are all supportive, but 3, 7 also supportive. Being the 8th Lord connected to Lagna, we can say it has got some obstacles for travel abroad. So Sun, 9 and 11, it is favorable, light green. Sorry. Here it is mixed and Sun is light green. And Moon, 10 and 10 and 5th cuspal sublord. This is not talking about any abroad travel, but this can be supportive to some extent. So because depending on the other houses connected to that. So Moon, we can take it as a mixed significator because this is not talking about any abroad travel. So we can take it as a mixed significator. And Mars, 2, 7 and 6 and 4, 8 and 12. So this 2, 4, 8, this 2 is fine. It is supportive for earning also, but 7 is also good for the abroad travel, but 6 also supportive, but 2 is supported by 4 and 8. It is not good and obstacles causing houses. So that Mars we can give as a pink shade, mixed one. Rahu, 1 occupant and 2, 8, 11 cuspal sublord. So 1 and 11 is fine, but again 2, 8 like Mars, 2, 8 it is not good. Second sublord and 8th sublord, it is not good. So we can say it is also mixed one. Jupiter, 3, 5, 6, 5, 6, 1, 5, 9. Obviously this is supportive for travel abroad. We can give light green. Saturn, 4 and 9 and 4, 6, 10 and 12. So if you look at that unfavorable 4 and 4 cuspal sublord is not good and also supported by 6. But 9 and 12 are favorable. So this is also mixed one. So for travel abroad. So this we can say mixed one. So when compared to this one, Mars, so Moon is not having favorable and also unfavorable. So moon, what we can do, we can give blue color, some other color to differentiate. Otherwise, that pink, Saturn is pink, yes, and Rahu also pink, and moon also pink, and Venus also pink, because they are having that eighth house and fourth house, which are unfavorable. So that we can, otherwise moon will get confused. And Mercury, 9, 11, and 12 occupying 8th house, 2, 6, 10, and 1, 3, 7. They're all favorable. Just with the 8th occupant, it is indicating some weakness. And we cannot say it is mixed one, favorable grouping on the higher side. So Mercury, we can give light green because of the 8th occupant. So we are given the colors, and we could see 1, 2, 3, 4 planets are pink, and all other planets are green. It indicates supportive, both favorable and unfavorable houses are signified by many planets. So now let us save the colors and check the destiny and also dasa periods. Let us go to the home page and start checking the destiny. Let me just a minute. I'm not able to do this. Yes. Let me open that self significators and our South Indian chart. Okay. So that primary cuspal sublord of the 9 and 12, ninth sublord is Ketu, 12th sublord is Saturn. And 12th lord and 9th lord both are Mercury. So Mercury, Ketu, and Saturn. So let us check one by one. Ketu green, and the star of sun also green, and sublord Saturn is mixed one, favorable and also a weakness, and star lord of the sublord is Jupiter. So what it indicates? Let me move this here. Showing the chart is always troublesome. Occupying more space, that is the issue. Workspace become lesser. Ketu is good, and star lord sun is good, 12 level is good for travel abroad, and Saturn is the 12th sublord, is supportive. Definitely 12 also is also important. And you can see that sun is in the sign of Mercury. So Mercury is also important planet because it is 9 and 11, 12. So that is also connected. And Saturn is a mixed significator, pink shade, but 12 sublord it is good. You can see that Saturn is aspecting to Venus, already discussed. Venus is represented by Ketu. So Saturn is passing its ruler link to the Venus, Ketu, and Saturn is conjoined with the Sun. So Saturn is passing its ruler link to the star level Sun also. And Saturn is aspecting to the star lord of the sublord Jupiter also. So Saturn's influence are there at all levels. It indicates what? Being the ninth sublord planet in the star and 12 level, favorable for travel abroad, and also supported by Saturn by 12th sublord, and also supported by Mercury 9 and 11 and 12th cuspal lord also. In addition to that, the sublord planet is also promising for 4 and 4. So that way, these 9 sublord in the star and sub are favorable, along with that 4 and 4. And it is also supportive for the person to come homeland. It means this 9 sublord supportive for job travel abroad, and also it is also result giving planet is also supporting for job in abroad. So the native will go abroad also, it will come back homeland also. That is being indicated by the 9th sublord. And the 12th sublord planet itself is 4, and it itself, as I already discussed, it is also having both favorable and unfavorable for travel abroad and also coming homeland. And that Saturn in the star of Jupiter, favorable to a level favorable, and this Saturn is also influencing by way of aspect, right? Saturn is aspecting to Jupiter, and also Saturn is aspecting to Venus. So that favorable are getting support of the 12th house, and favorable are getting reduced or supported for the fourth house, because third house indicating travel, ninth house also travel, but moving towards fourth house or eighth house connected, they are also supportive for travel to homeland. That also there. And you can look at the sublord is pink. It is also pink. So pink planet, sublord is pink. That Venus, that Saturn is also aspecting to Venus. Venus is 1-8 and favorable, mixed one, and supported by the Venus, right? Saturn in the sign of Mercury, conjoined with Mercury, Saturn aspecting to the Jupiter, all are favorable, and Saturn is influencing its favorable for 12th house and also unfavorable 4th house strongly. Similarly, sublord is also promising with the 1 and 8, and that 1 and 8 will get the star that Saturn's fourth house strongly. This also Lagna 8th house will get the support of the 4th house, so that also supportive for coming back homeland. And Ketu in the Venus in the star of Ketu is favorable again. Indicates what? 10th cuspal sublord planet, and also 12th sublord planet, and also 4th sublord planet, 4th lord also supportive for the profession in abroad, also in homeland, also star level 2 level planet are supportive for travel abroad, and that is being further influenced by the mixed key planet by Saturn, which is supportive for both travel also coming back, and sublord planet Venus also, it is supported by the Saturn on the unfavorable side 4 and 4, unfavorable side 12 sublord. So that way that destiny is supportive for travel abroad for the job and also coming back homeland. So that way we can see that the person that can travel abroad for job prospects, that destiny is favorable, right? So that way we have studied the destiny. Now we have to study the which period the native can travel abroad. So in the previous chart we discussed, in the previous example, let me clear this. The previous example we did, we studied that the native joined the job in Moon Dasa, Rahu Bugdi and Rahu Antra itself. Now we have to check whether Moon Dasa itself is strong enough to favor for the job, travel abroad. If you look at the moon, already we discussed that moon is good, star level is good, and 2 level all are favorable for travel abroad, right? So, and as I said that the 12th sublord planet Saturn is influencing by way of supports. Unfortunately, that Saturn is not playing role here, right? Saturn role is not strongly present by way of ruler, though it is in supports, but rulers are strongly favorable, right? So that way that moon is favorable for the travel abroad. So which are the favorable key planets are supporting the destiny? Destiny's favorable key planet for travel abroad is Ketu, Jupiter, Sun, and Mercury. All these green planets are favorable for travel abroad, right? So now we have to check the Bugdis, which are all strong enough to support for the native to travel abroad. He joined the job in Rahu. Rahu star level, sub level are not favorable, right? They are not having this key planet, and they're having the other unfavorable key planets only. Jupiter also the same way. Jupiter and star level are fine, but 2 level, sub level are not favorable. Moreover, Saturn is passing their ruler link to the other levels by way of support, so that the unfavorable strength will be more. Sublord also Saturn only. Similarly, Saturn itself, star level, 2 level fine. Sublord also is mixed one, and Saturn will pass its ruler link, so that is not going to favor. And Mercury also the same way. Mercury is good, star level is mixed one, and 2 level also not very supportive, and sublord also it is not supportive for job travel abroad. And Ketu planet, let us check Ketu, how the Ketu is fine, and star lord also fine, and 2 level also all are fine, but sublord is not good. Sublord is Saturn, and also it is passing ruler link to other levels by way of aspect and conjunction already we discussed. So Ketu also not favorable, strong enough because sublord is not good. Though Ketu's to second level, star lord of the star lord are fine. Then let us check the Venus. Venus is mixed one. Source only is mixed one. Being the Lagna Lord and it has got Ketu also. It can act as both favorable and unfavorable. Now the star level is Ketu. 12 level is Sun. Sublord is Jupiter. Star lord of the sublord is Mercury. All the rulers are playing at the star level and 12 level and sublord and star lord of the sublord. And source itself is having that Ketu. So that favorable K planets of the moon is playing role in Venus. Right? So in moon dasa, Venus Buddhi is capable to send the native to abroad for the job. In Venus Buddhi, which antra that native can travel abroad, right? That is also important, right? So here actually you can see it has got 8th house, it is present, so 1, 8, 10, and the influence of the Saturn also present by way of supports. This moon dasa Venus Buddhi needs one more planet which is strong enough to execute during its antra. Which antra it can be possible? Either check Sun. Sun is fine. Star Lord is also fine. And 12 level is fine. Sublord, this is also favorable. And next one is Moon itself. Because the native is travel abroad for the purpose of, job. So in Venus book, the Sun is fine. Sun is, 10th, 9th occupant. Star level is 3, 5, 9. And the sublord is 7 and 9. Right? And also this moon. Either the sun or moon, the native can travel abroad. So now in this Venus book, which is the strong favorable key planet to travel abroad, that Ketu 7 and 9, which is supported by Sun 9 and 11. Then only Jupiter are coming. So in that case, the planet which is traveling in the star of Ketu, because that the Lord itself, the Buddhi Lord itself is representing Ketu. In the Ketu itself is the star level. So role of Ketu is important. Here it is there at the sub level. But look at the moon dasa, star level is Ketu, further supported by Sun and further supported by the Jupiter. So that way, this moon is stronger than the Venus. So the native, it traveled abroad in moon dasa, Venus Buddhi in moon antra. In November 2011, he traveled abroad for the job. And he moved to Paris, the head office. He was there for some period. He was working there in abroad. So look at that whether in Moon Dasa, Venus Buddhi, he traveled abroad. Whether Venus is favoring for any change of job or loss of job. No, it is not indicating. And after that Venus, then Sun was running, Sun itself, whether it is indicating any loss of change of job. Because which are the planets can cause change of job? So that we have to see, that because that fifth house, ninth house, along with that eighth house or 12th house, any planets, eighth house, 12th house grouping, importantly, only that Mars is playing, and Mars only strongly playing, and other houses, other planets are having only either 5 or 9 or 8. So when Mars is connected to them, then only they will cause the, loss of job, because trouble giving houses along with that 5 and 9. So that way, Sun will not give any loss of change of job. So Moon Dasa is getting over. So the Moon Dasa is not going to give any, loss of job. And also Moon Dasa, that Venus Buddhi, he traveled abroad, and Sun also, it is having favorable significations for the native to be in abroad. Please understand, you can see the houses 9, 3, 5, 6, all the houses are supportive for the native to be in abroad for the job prospects. So in Moon Dasa, definitely the native can be there in abroad for the job. Next comes the Mars Dasa. Mars only has got, you can see, 2, 8, 4, 8, and there is some unfavorable grouping also present at all levels. Only in Mars Dasa, it is indicating when compared to Moon, its support for the native can experience some changes and also can support for the native to come back homeland that we have to check. Right? Because this is having some weak significations. So in the next video, we'll check in Mars Dasa whether the native to, returned homeland for the job. That we will check in the next video. So in this video, we had a discussion in which Bugdi, which Antra, the native traveled abroad in the particular same Mahadasa, Moon Dasa, and role of key planets we checked, and also there are no indication for the loss of job and change of job also in that period, that also we checked. So in the next video, we'll check on the native whether he traveled back homeland, and if so, in which period, that we will check.